As I was saying the other day, I don't want to rain on anybody's parade about the Trump thing. I mean, I know it's, in the short term, it's like a good situation. Though he might enact some policies that will help us. You know, namely the censorship thing, hopefully the immigration thing. You know, hopefully he will do some stuff, or they'll allow things to happen. You know. And I was looking at the people in the cabinet he's putting together, and there's this one fella here. Some interesting stuff about him right here. Why would you adopt? You're a 25-year-old man, right? And you adopt like a young boy? His buddy did too. They both did. And then he's showing up here in this video with his son, that he doesn't refer to him as his son. I don't know if he ever does anywhere. I haven't found anything where he publicly appears with him and says he's his son. Just one of those things. It's kind of weird, you know what I mean? It's kind of weird. But yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, he's just another one of them. One of the guys at the WEF, which is our buddy Klaus. One of them were talking about their plans, and they said the U.S. presidential election will have no bearing on their plans going forward, meaning it doesn't matter who wins, it's all still in motion. And indeed it is. You know, these are just different groups vying for power. You know, as much as there is one beast system, and at the head of that table is the beast, all these other guys are kind of competing with each other. All these other disparate groups with separate agendas, you know, all of them evil. But a lot of times they'll try to screw each other over to give themselves the upper hand. You know, we've seen that with Trump last time, who went after a lot of the child traffickers. The Moloch people rely on the child trafficking, and they need that. Not just for the dark magic, but also for their adrenochrome and all that other crap. That's really why they hate him. Like that's why they get so mad at him. You know, Robert De Niro's at home counting his bottles, how many bottles he has left. That fucking Trump. Anytime someone is unreasonably mad at a person, especially one they don't know, there's something else going on. You know, like we talked about all the women freaking out about Trump, and that just the demonic element to it, talking about murdering people over this guy. They don't know him. But there's something else going on there, and we discussed that. You know, the spellcraft involved in there. So, yeah, it's the same thing. It's the same thing here. Anytime you notice someone being unreasonably crazed about something or someone, you know there's something afoot at the Circle K. So I'm off the 7-0. I got the hydroxy monkey off my back a couple days now. I was afraid the boys here were going to do an intervention, and that would have been a lot of editing. So I figured I'd knock it on the head before I got to that. The big test is going to be on payday, because excuse me, long COVID. I'm kidding. It's not real. None of it was. The check coming up is the payday coming up is not a rent one. I already had the rent payday, which means there's extra money sitting around, or as extra as there can be living here in an egregiously expensive place. So if I can keep myself from going over there and grabbing something on payday, that would be good. Because, like I just said, how things are expensive here, everything is like double in Waikiki, a lot of stuff. I mean, if you go over the bridge, the cost of just regular goods takes a pretty good drop, like as far as just food items or household things or whatever that you need. The so that stuff, the 7.0 stuff, was it was more than double the national average. The price of them was double. Like they sell them in packs of 2, 5, and I guess they're about to start getting 10 packs of these tablets. And I would buy the 5 packs for $60, like 57. So I mean, I consider that $60. So I was buying those for $60. You can get them online or a lot of other places in the U.S. for half that. It's $25 usually for a 5-pack, and I see some people grumbling about that. You know, so they're way more expensive here. So it's kind of ridiculous. I didn't mean to. I mean, no one ever means to end up in a situation like that. But when I first tried them, Neil was like, "Yeah, why don't you get them online? They're probably a lot cheaper." But I was thinking, no, I don't want these things. I'm just trying them. You know, I'm just trying them. I'm not gonna need them on a regular basis, you know. But if I had known somehow, if I had the prescience to understand that I was going to be on them for a month, I probably would have saved $1,000 or something around there. You know, it's pretty embarrassing. It was a costly sort of diversion, but I think I've learned my lesson. Maybe. Again, what day is today? Today's what, Wednesday? Yeah, I'm getting paid in a couple of days, so we'll see. We'll see if I lapse back into it. But the good thing about it is, like, at least from what I experienced, there was no withdrawal of any kind. I just stopped doing them. Now everybody's different, and I only did them for about a month, almost a month, and it didn't seem to affect me. I don't know. I mean, for other people it might be different, but they've only been out. I mean, anything I see about them online is from, I mean, the furthest back I can find is like 8 months, not even a year. So it's relatively new. And the thing that's happening at my shop up here is the same thing that kind of happened to me. And it's not the fault of the shop, they're just doing business, but they got a bunch of free samples in. You know, that's how I first tried it. I occasionally go there to pick up the kratom, the powder kratom. You know, in a bind, not going to my regular place, and I want to have some around. Who knows, weekend. They're like my backup source. Now, yeah, I shouldn't even be buying them from head shops, kratom. I used to buy from a farmer, and I forget what happened to him. But I used to buy from a farmer who would send things to my house, giant boxes that would, you know, I'd order from him like a couple, 4 times a year maybe. And he'd always include all this paperwork with lab results. No one understands that you're supposed to stop here. See that? And they all get mad at me. You know, that's the day the black guy wanted to shoot me, but couldn't find his gun. But yeah, he would have did that anyway. They don't like us. But yeah, he'd send all the paperwork, which I'm not that into it as far as knowing what is in it. And his stuff must have been much better than the shop kratom. But the problem is the postal system here. It's very hit and miss. I just don't trust these people to handle mail, because so many times things were sent to me, didn't show up, got lost, were opened. it depends, you know, it's hit and miss. It's one of the only kind of service type jobs here that I see all kinds of different people working at. You know, a lot of things around here, they just hire islanders, although they're running out of islanders here because, as we've explained, with this military operation done by the CIA to change out the population here, a lot of them had to move. But there's like all kinds of different people, all kinds of different backgrounds of people handle mail. So it's like, it's not any one person or any one group of people doing the shit with the mail, but it's just, I don't know what it is. It's always been that way. Like back when we used to get stuff from her mom would send us stuff for Christmas or whatever from here, because her family always lives here. Sometimes it would show up, sometimes it wouldn't show up. Sometimes things would be open, sometimes, you know what I mean? It's sketchy. And I've ordered stuff here, like Amazon stuff that I've... Is this fucking interesting to you? No. Fuck me. Who gives a shit? The point is, I'm off the 7-0 for now. The real important stuff, right? I'm off the 7-0 for now. And I don't think I'm gonna go back. It's just way too expensive here. It's way too expensive. It's ridiculous. There's better ways to throw the money out the window. More plastic fucking shit for the room would be better. I'm so terrified of women now. I think they all want to kill me. I really do get that vibe from some of them though. The older ones, they just like, they get this look of disgust on their face. Well, actually, they always had that. Some of them do. Yeah, there's no middle ground with me. People either really like me, or they really don't like me, without even talking to me. You know, that's all right. That's how it is. But there was this girl coming up the street who looked like very, I guess, Antifa-ish. She had all the piercings and all the accoutrement of one of those Che Guevara type t-shirt wearing people, and she's just looking at me. I'm like, oh no, please don't shoot me. And she's like, I love your tattoos. I'm like, oh thank you. I was it caught me by surprise because I was like thinking something else completely differently. So yeah, so I haven't been shot at yet or anything. The thing is, like, I didn't fucking vote. I haven't voted since I realized it was the whole thing was a scam. You know why? And the other thing too is, like, if you take part in it, you're just enabling it to, but whatever, you know, the fucking drill. I don't have to go over it again for the 5th time. Just got to take a right over here real quick, just for a second. I can't have people right behind me. Because it makes me self-conscious about what I'm talking about, you know. It happens too when I'm waiting at a light. Oh, I thought this lady waved to me. I thought it was one of my neighbors, so I start waving back like an idiot. There'll just be a light, and like I've said many times, nobody talks to each other here, unless it's to me. So they're all silent while we're waiting for the light. You know, and I'm going on about fucking Moloch or something. It's like, fuck. So yeah, I was just back there. And the thing is, about when you walk super fucking close to me, what if I have to stop? I mean, I've been in that situation before, where, you know, I've had to stop, and then you have this awkward moment where we're going to collide with you, and I don't know. I like to give people their space. Certain people I give a lot of space to. Comically so. And I don't really care if people notice. I think it would be funny if they did. So we're home here, pretty much. What do we go over today? Anything of value? Probably not. But thanks for joining me anyway, because sometimes I have cool stuff. You know, there's gold in these hills. You know, it's just you have to go through green grass and high tide sometimes to get to them. Until next time, don't blame the teacher, blame the school.